Moving on next, we have another technology presentation by one of our partners, Agatsa, and their topic would be very interesting, and I'm sure you all would love to hear more from our speaker, Neha Rastogi. The topic of presentation would be cardiac care management through technology. She's the founder and COO, I beg your pardon, of Agatsa. So, Ms. Neha Rastogi, can we please have you on stage? Can we welcome Neha, all the audience, with a big round of applause. Neha has 16 years of experience in software development, testing, and designing products. She has been leading Agatsa for last 10 years, creating affordable and technologically advanced healthcare products. And the topic is very interesting. In fact, I'm sure a lot of people would love to know how we can have effective cardiac care management through technology, as this is a very important issue nowadays, even post-COVID. We have seen a lot of cases of cardiac arrest, even in young ages. So over to Neha Rastogi, and she is going to take us through how we can have effective care of cardiac care. Over to Neha Rastogi.
Hello, Dubai. This is Neha. I am one of the founders of Agatsa. So I'll start with few cases of sudden cardiac arrest and sudden heart attacks that has shocked India in the last 1 year or so. So we have the first slide, and these are few cases that I've highlighted which has shocked the whole of India in the last last 1 year. From film stars to sports people to young actors, the people who were seemingly healthy and very young, they actually suffered heart attack, and some of them unfortunately lost their lives also. So when we talk about cardiac diseases, the common problems or the common factors that we talk about are, of course, the use of tobacco, suffering from hypertension, diabetes, and also the genetic factor. Most of the time when we talk about the factors, it's mostly, the diet, the stress, and the sedentary lifestyle which comes into play, and which people say that, you have to control your lifestyle, your diet, and reduce the stress. Also, there are few myths which come with the cardiac diseases, that it's an urban disease, it's a disease of senior population, it's more common or it's more prominent among men or the male population than the female population, and of course the stress, lifestyle, and diet as the common factors. So as I mentioned, seemingly healthy people are falling prey. And healthy, by healthy, I mean they consider themselves fit. But when we talk about cardiac diseases, it's not same for everyone. Everyone's heart is very different. And as per a famous cardiologist in India, when we say that, you have to be active to prevent cardiac diseases, excessive exercising and not taking proper sleep is also a very, very important factor for people falling prey to these cardiac diseases at a very young age. As I have mentioned, exercising rigorously more than 4 or 5 days in a week, pushing yourself too much, and taking crash diets like keto diets and other diet, to help maintain a healthy weight, the seemingly healthy weight. These are all contributing factors of developing a cardiac disease. Another very important factor that we miss noticing and we miss considering is the delay in diagnosing and detecting a cardiac problem. So as our previous panelists have discussed that, most of the diseases and most of us, when it comes to healthcare, we are mostly reactive than proactive. And, the preventive healthcare is very, very less common across the globe. And that actually delays to the whole process when a heart attack happens. Either the person misinterprets the chest pain or the symptoms, or a doctor even delays the diagnosis, which actually delays the whole process in taking action and treatment. So this is the enormity of the problem. I won't get into the data much. We all know how cardiac diseases have struck the world, and it's a global problem, not just Indian problem. So what are the opportunities and how can we combat these risks through technology? First of all, we need IoT medical devices which are not only medical grade but can be used at an individual level, not only by the doctor, and those devices are connected and they can share the data instantly to a doctor to actually help making the diagnosis faster. Then all the data which is being acquired by the device, we all need to make and derive some meaningful information of that data, which actually happens if we are regularly monitoring our heart, if we are regularly taking our parameters like blood pressure, blood sugar, SpO2 and ECG. With that data, actually training our AI algorithms can help us predict the possibility of having a disease in the future. And of course, value-added services, technology being put to use to actually provide quick service like remote consultation, quick ambulance system, and so that every individual can take their health in their hands and become a stakeholder themselves. So I'll start with our story, how we developed Agatsa and how we developed Sanket Life. Me and my husband Rahul, we both are electronics engineers, and we were working very comfortably in different MNCs when a health scare struck our family. Rahul's father was detected with a cardiac problem, and he used to stay away from us, and we always had to worry that what if some episode of heart attack or cardiac event happens and he doesn't know at the time, he rushed to hospital at the right time. We actually researched for many products, and at that time, about 10 years back, blood pressure monitors and blood glucose monitors were very prominent, but there was no device available for the cardiac monitoring or cardiac management. And ECG being the first test and the gold standard for detecting any problem in heart, we had to simplify the ECG taking process, and that's how Agatsa and Sanket Life came into picture. So this is how Agatsa is solving this very core problem. Agatsa is an end-to-end devices healthcare management company which starts from innovating medical devices, which makes the capturing of health data very easier so that it can be used by an individual anytime, anywhere. So these are the devices. This is a 12-lead ECG device, this small, which can be carried anywhere, and any individual can take his ECG just by placing his thumbs on the sensor or by touching the side sensor on the chest. Complete 12-lead medical grade ECG comes on your smartphone, which can be instantly shared to the doctor. Our mobile apps and algorithms give the first level of interpretation, and then the report is being reviewed by the doctor. We have our panel of doctors on our platform. And of course, all the data is backed up in the cloud so that all the past reports can also be accessed if a doctor wants to see a pattern in your ECG and any problem in the past ECG and current. And definitely, we are working on integrating our platform with other players with the SDK or the software development kit, so that anybody like a hospital or a telemedicine company can take advantage of our ecosystem. So we provide a solution at 3 levels. We enable every individual with affordable DIY devices where any individual can very easily, without attaching any wires or leads, can take their data, their vital data. Then we involve health professionals to validate that data, to review that data and give their diagnosis. And then we put that data acquired into our AI algorithms so that the machine learning can be developed, and the app itself gives the first level of interpretation to actually alert the user that there is some problem in your heart. So this is our platform, our device capturing the ECG on a smartphone. Then the user and the doctor, separate mobile apps are there, so a user can send the report to a doctor. Then we have machine learning and AI, as I mentioned, to interpret at a first level. Can you move that? So how is Agatsa taking lead in diagnosing heart conditions? We constantly take data from different individuals, and in India, our devices are being used by doctors, by healthcare providers, by NGOs, and obviously by individuals to manage their own heart health. And can you change? So we are continuously collecting the ECG data through our device, and we are now shipping globally. So we have we have data from across the globe, which we actually interpret and use the data to develop our AI algorithms. So these are the type of data that we put to use to actually interpret a heart condition, heart rate or rhythm of heart, pattern of contraction of heart, fight or flight response, which we also call as stress, because stress a very important parameter for developing a heart condition. Then heart damage caused by high blood pressure. So, the blood pressure, even if a person doesn't have a heart disease, a person suffering from hypertension or high blood pressure is at a very, very high risk of developing a cardiac disease. So, we monitor these conditions. And then, of course, with the ECG, with the detailed 12-lead ECG, the location and the amount of injury caused by a heart attack in the heart. Then another very important parameter which is coming up these days is heart rate variability. Again, how much your heart can take stress and how much your heart can go up and come down at a normal level. This is called the heart rate variability, and it actually measures the heart. And these are the all parameters which we actually show in our app. So why monitor? Now, again, the question comes. So, like I started my presentation with the very first slide, the young population, seemingly young population falling prey to cardiac diseases is a very profound problem. And for that, we have to make a practice of monitoring our heart vitals or health vitals continuously, and getting the information about our health and getting into a preventive health care rather than reactive health care. And that is when, this remote monitoring or home monitoring is proving very, very important and crucial in actually averting a disease or averting a life-taking or a life-threatening event. So why monitor these parameters? Hypertension, as I said, is a very, very important risk factor for your heart. SpO2 or blood oxygen, again after COVID, we have seen that blood oxygen is again a very important parameter to be monitored regularly. And then 12-lead ECG. Now we get this question very, very frequently that an ECG or a heart rate is measured by the smartwatch. So how your devices or how your products make a difference. Now this ECG or heart rate, they don't give any medical information, any valuable information to the doctor to take an action. But our products are medically validated, and they actually can be used by doctors, to see the pattern, the waveform of the ECG to actually diagnose a problem or a disease. So that is where we differentiate with the single lead ECG or a smartwatch or even Fitbits or these devices which actually are taking heart rate and single lead ECG. So now, very interesting addition to our portfolio of devices is this Health 360 monitor. This is the device, again a pocket device, which actually monitors 4 parameters. So, as I said, Agatsa is committed to simplifying the monitoring and the measurement of health vitals. So we started with ECG, making it completely leadless, connecting it with smartphone, and now we have worked on making the blood pressure completely cuffless. So this is the device where you just have to insert your finger in this cavity and your blood pressure is measured and your SpO2 is measured, and of course the ECG and other parameters are there. So this is the latest addition to our family of products, and these products are all being medically regulated in India, and we are also going for US FDA and European CE for the global market to have access to it. So this is how we are present in India. This is how, our devices are being used by hospitals, doctors, individuals, and NGOs and we work at all levels of pyramid. So the top level, of course, the hospitals give the devices away to the patient to use them in their homes. Then middle of the pyramid, of course, the clinics, the primary clinics are using the devices in their clinics for quick detection and connecting the patient with the cardiologist. And bottom of pyramid, as I said, many NGOs are using it for remote camps and primary health. We are also working with some governments in India to actually use our devices in primary health centers and community health centers. This is how currently we are present globally. We are actively present in African countries. We are also shipping our devices to some places in Latin America. And then, of course, North America, US, as we are moving ahead with US FDA, we are all set to capture the market in North America. So these are some of the prestigious awards that we have won from all innovation awards, and I'm very proud to say that from Aegis Graham Bell Award to Marico Innovation Award to all the prestigious awards in innovation in India, we are the winners of it. So these are a few pictures. Mr. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, he got to see our device and appreciate our device last year. So that's how we are working with a lot of government in India also. So this is about Agatsa and our products, Sanket Life and Health 360. I would love to answer any questions. Thank you.